And here are the crypto top headlines. First up, raging Bitcoin bull market ahead, according to Key Indicator. Next, is a spot Bitcoin ETF approval close? Lawyer hints a possibility. Also, CEO of $76 billion asset manager says close to perfect. Trade setup forming for Bitcoin and crypto in 2024. Here's why. Plus, PayPal scores UK license after brief local Bitcoin buy halt. And that's fraud, prosecutors say in closing arguments at Sam Bankman-Fried trial. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles, and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We are a new channel here on YouTube, and would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline, raging Bitcoin bull market ahead, according to Key Indicator. The crypto's weekly RSI has crossed above 70, indicating a strengthening of upward momentum. The Bitcoin bull move could soon run wild, bringing a steep multi-week uptrend in the leading cryptocurrency. That's the message from Bitcoin's 14-week Relative Strength Index, or RSI, a momentum indicator used to measure the speed and change of price movements. The indicator has crossed above 70, a threshold that marked the FOMO, or fear of missing out, phases of the mid-2019 and late 2020 bull runs. These FOMO phases are characterized by both retail and savvy traders pouring money into an already trending asset in fear of missing out on a significant opportunity. Developed by J. Wellis Wilder, the RSI measures the speed and change of price movements and oscillates between 0 and 100. The default period for calculating RSI is 14 days, but traders use 14-week and 14-month RSIs to gauge long-term momentum. A reading above 70 is often erroneously taken to represent overbought conditions and a sign of an impending bearish reversal. However, per technical analysis textbooks, an above 70 RSI, especially on longer duration charts, suggests bullish momentum is strong and the asset could continue to rally in the weeks ahead, similar to what happened in 2019 and 2020. To paraphrase a Wall Street saying, indicators can stay overbought longer than bears can stay solvent. Traders, however, should note that macro developments can single-handedly make or break technical chart patterns and should be vigilant of potential black swans. Our next top headline is a spot Bitcoin ETF approval close. Lawyer hints a possibility. In a recent post on X, Scott Johnson, a U.S.-based financial lawyer, raised speculations about a possible spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund approval by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission by November 2, 2023. Notably, Johnson posted that an upcoming closed-door meeting is scheduled for November 2nd. I believe this is the first closed meeting of the commissioners since the Grayscale appeal deadline expired and the mandate was delivered. The agenda includes resolving litigation claims and admin proceedings, he tweeted. Furthermore, Johnson noted that the meeting is significant given previous outcomes of similar meetings, especially as it concerns Bitcoin ETFs. ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF, BITO, the first U.S. Bitcoin futures ETF, got approved after a similar meeting. According to the lawyer, there were leaks out of the closed meeting ahead of the BITO launch. However, he said there is no assurance that any news will come out on November 2nd, but he maintains that it is a date of interest. This revelation follows increased speculation within the crypto community as to the chances of a spot Bitcoin ETF approval this year. Following the recent upward trend in the crypto market, the conversations have gained more ground, with the crypto market eagerly anticipating what decision the SEC will take. However, many people in the crypto community believe the SEC may have softened its approach toward ETF approval. Recently, the Wall Street regulator decided not to contest the U.S. Court of Appeals decision, which supported Grayscale's bid to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF. The SEC has received multiple modifications from applicants like BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Invest, and VanEck in recent weeks. Bloomberg's ETF specialists feel that this is a good indicator that a Bitcoin ETF is on the verge of being approved, while the SEC is attempting to get all applicants up to speed with the revisions. Our next top headline, CEO of $76 billion asset manager says close to perfect, trade setup forming for Bitcoin and crypto in 2024. Here's why. The CEO of asset management giant VanEck says that conditions are becoming ultra-favorable for crypto as 2024 comes into view. In a new interview on the Empire podcast, Jan VanEck says that Bitcoin has most likely established itself as the main alternative to gold and is giving bulls the opportunity for a close-to-perfect trade moving into next year. This whole thing could be a sham like a lot of people think it is. It could be that Web 2 companies adopt some crypto technology, some Wall Street firms do permissioned blockchains, and you and I will have other jobs in 3 years. It could be. But you have to discount the future because no one knows. But if Bitcoin has now been established, which I think it has been, and I've thought so for 5 years as an alternative, just like silver has for platinum, to demand for gold as a store of value, then you've got an almost close to perfect setup as a trade. VanEck names several catalysts adding to the bullishness of Bitcoin and crypto in 2024, including a potential Federal Reserve pivot, the Bitcoin halving, and a similar lack of sellers left still standing. You've got the Fed changing its policy or nearing the end of it, you've got the halving, you've got other uncertainties, and you've got the liquidation that has occurred in the market. I mean, I've been involved in some really blown up asset classes in my career. Emerging market debt was one of them, where the bonds issued by countries were trading at like 4 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents on the dollar. And so what do you see? You see everyone liquidating, you see the market makers liquidating, so there's no infrastructure, and now I guess the narrative around the FTX bankruptcy as their portfolio will be liquidated. I just can't imagine who else there is to sell. And if you look at the statistics of on-chain and CeFi sales of Bitcoin and other coins, it's all supportive of that simple story. Our next top headline, PayPal scores UK crypto license after brief local Bitcoin buy halt. Licensed by the FCA on October 31st, 2023, PayPal has requirements or restrictions placed on the financial services activities that it can operate. Global payments giant PayPal has received approval from the Financial Conduct Authority to offer crypto services in the United Kingdom. According to official FCA data, PayPal has been registered to offer certain crypto asset activities in the UK since October 31st, 2023. According to the register, PayPal has requirements or restrictions placed on the financial services activities that it can operate. This includes, but is not limited to, ceasing onboarding new customers and restricting existing customers to hold and sell functionality. The information on the FCA register reads, The firm cannot expand its current offering in crypto assets, the register notes, adding that it's including but not limited to crypto exchange services, participation in initial coin offerings, staking, peer-to-peer exchange, and decentralized finance activities such as lending and borrowing. PayPal reportedly became the fourth firm to receive the FCA's crypto registration in 2023 after Interactive Brokers, Bitstamp, and Komenu. The license acquisition comes shortly after PayPal briefly paused the ability for its UK customers to buy cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin in early October. The firm told Cointelegraph in August that it was working to comply with new regulations in the country. The United Kingdom has been noticeably emerging as a major cryptocurrency economy, according to an October 2023 report by blockchain analytics firm Chainalysis. The UK is the biggest crypto country in terms of raw transaction volume in Central, Northern, and Western Europe. According to a study by the crypto tax platform Recap, London was the world's most crypto-ready city for business in February 2023. Our next top headline, "That's fraud," prosecutors say in closing arguments at Sam Bankman-Fried trial. The U.S. government delivered its closing arguments in New York in an effort to convince the jury that SBF is guilty of fraud and conspiracy to commit fraud. Sam SBF Bankman-Fried's trial has entered the final stages, with the prosecution delivering its closing arguments in the case on November 1st. Closing arguments are the last opportunity for lawyers to convince the jury and judge that they should win the case. Prosecutors had previously estimated that their closing arguments would take up to 4 hours. Right afterward, Bankman-Fried's defense will also present its closing arguments. That's fraud. It's stealing. Plain and simple. Before FTX, there was Alameda. Assistant United States Attorney Nicholas Ruse reportedly told jurors, presenting one of the many charts the government used as evidence. The former CEO of FTX is facing 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy to commit fraud. Bankman-Fried could serve up to 115 years in prison if convicted. A jury of 12 will decide his fate in the coming days. As part of the prosecution's case against Bankman-Fried, nearly 20 witnesses testified that he deceived investors, customers, and partners of FTX while commingling funds with Alameda Research. The defendant set up 2 separate ways. If you believe even one of the 3 cooperators, the defendant is guilty. An unlimited line of credit just means unlimited money from FTX. Ellison told you, he directed us. Gary Wang said the same. The defense, on the other hand, tried to present Bankman-Fried as an entrepreneur who made terrible mistakes in good faith, denying accusations he directed his inner circle to make political contributions and venture investments and purchase luxury real estate with customer funds. Bankman-Fried's defense faces a tough challenge in persuading jurors that he is innocent of the charges, as the government presented extensive evidence, including testimony from officials and law enforcement agents involved in the case. Ruse continued. The defendant marketed the liquidation engine, saying FTX was safe. He told Congress collateral must be placed on the platform itself, not just pledged, but the secret rules allowed Alameda to borrow billions without any risk of being liquidated. Bankman-Fried's trial started on October 3rd in the Southern District Court of Manhattan and has been ongoing since. You can follow Cointelegraph's coverage of the trial here. So this concludes our top headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines. bringing crypto's news to you.